Okay. All right, we're recording. This is call number 5 and 6 of the Director Bound program for the Ryan organization. And I have Misty and Alexis online with me today and on the Zoom call. So thank you. I know this is a very busy time of year. Thank you very much for joining me and taking this time out of your life to do this. First of all, I want to apologize. My throat is a little wild tonight. I've been sick for about 6 days. I finally went to the doctor today and got some meds, but I sound worse than I feel. Let me put it that way, okay? So you don't have to feel bad for me. I just don't know how long I'll be able to talk. So in saying that, what I'd like to do is, first of all, ask Misty first, then Alexis. Do you have anybody that you're working with that you're having trouble getting to make a decision? Are there any leads you have?
I think mostly the ones that I have trouble, just the decision-making part is as far as like hosting a party. I've had a few people say, oh yeah, I'd love to, but then never commit to anything.
Okay.
So just kind of keep pushing it off. And so, but right now, that's kind of what I'm struggling with.
Okay. What about leads for the business? Do you have any leads that you didn't know how to answer? Any questions or?
Not really, no.
Get stuck in the road? All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. How about you, Alexis?
Not right now.
Not right now.
I've had a lot of people just kind of say that they don't really want to think about it right now because of the time of year.
Okay. Well, and let me give you a great response to that. And that's, I'm really good with words. It's a gift that the Lord has given me. And not only the gift of encouragement, but also the gift of words. And it's also, I've been doing this for 31 years. So there's a little bit of experience here talking. But when someone says, oh, the time of year is not right, what you need to do is you always acknowledge the objection, okay? And let's role play, okay? So Alexis, you're telling me it's not a good time of year. Is that what I'm understanding you to say? Yeah.
Yes.
Well, in this month, our company gives us an extra 30 days that adds on to our 90-day start program, our quick start program. And because we understand that this is a tough time of year for people to get a business started, what I love about this starting people at this time of year is getting them their kit in time for all that holiday baking and all that holiday cooking, so they can really experience their tools firsthand and get really excited about what they've just started. And then the other thing is, you're going to see everyone you love, whether it's family, friends, neighbors, everybody that you care about in your life, you're going to see over the next 2 to 3 weeks. And what's really great is to be able to say, I've started a new venture. I've started with a company called The Pampered Chef. I'd love for you to be one of my first hosts and experience all the free and half-price items. In fact, in January, it is one of the best months of the year because they give you double free merchandise at $650 in sales. Would you be interested in helping me kick off my business? Okay. So it's really a great time because the host bonus is the best, and then you have that extra 30 days. I call it an extra 30 days to play. All right. So you're not going to lose a thing by starting now because, like a lot of people say, well, I'll do it at the beginning of the year. But in reality, you're going to lose 1 to 2 weeks if you wait until January when you're waiting for your kit and then getting your host getting started with the host, where you can have your grand opening by the 6th or 7th or 10th of the month for you to kick off your business. And so that's what I talk to them about, and just think about that and write down any questions, because I always expect people to have questions. Okay. Hey, Nance, how are you? All right. Hi. Nancy, excuse my voice. I have I have a cold, so forgive me. I sound like a man right now. But anyway, so does that make sense to share with someone why it's really, I understand how you would think it would be a bad time, but in reality, let me share this, with you, or let me share why I think it's a great time to get started. So because I really do believe it is. In fact, I've had 2 people sign up already this month. And I love signing people up in December because they get that extra 30 days, but they get 30 days to play. Okay. And it's like an early Christmas when they get to open up all this stuff, and it's a Christmas for them. And it's usually the moms that are buying everything for everybody else, so that's just a great way to put it. And to remember that when you're talking with people, talking with them about hosting a show, or the possibility of them getting started, and remember, use the words "try the apron on." Okay, it's really easy to try the apron on and see if it fits. Your obligation to the company is only $12.50 in sales. Okay, that's really about 2 parties. Okay, so when you make it really easy, and people say, well, what happens if I don't get booking? It's everyone's greatest fear. And what I like to tell people is, I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell if you're going to have a hard time getting bookings or not. Or, I've had people that I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to be a breeze. They have such a large network and they have trouble, and other people that don't know anybody that don't have trouble. So I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell what's in your future. But what I do know is that I have 100 different ways to get bookings and to teach you and show you and tell you. So if you come across that, I'll be happy to help you with that. Don't worry, you're not alone in this business. Okay, so it's all about giving people confidence and also the fact that you don't know all the answers, and that you don't have to know all the answers, that you have other people you can go to, and that you're not in this by yourself. Okay, I think that's really important. So Nancy, have you used the cards that the company, the recruiting cards that the company has given us? What are they? What's their official name? It's the little cards that say, family, all the different colors of cards. I was wondering if you guys wanted to practice with those. Does anybody use them, first of all? Does anybody use those cards when they're recruiting?
I have used them in the past. I haven't used them recently. I've just been going more on memory, having done it for a long time.
Okay.
But I like the cards. I just haven't used them.
Okay. I can hardly hear you, Nan.
I do like them for the purpose. Can you hear me?
A little bit better now. Yep.
Okay. Here we go. Better?
Yeah.
I like the cards, especially for people that are just beginning to share the opportunity with people. But I like it for older, longer time consultants like me, because it helps you stay on track, and it helps you keep the conversation focused on them, not on you.
Exactly. So that's what I love about them, is I really find out enough about them to find out if this is going to be a good fit for them or not. And they guide me through the cards, because I tend to be too chatty. So I love that they're leading the way through those cards, and I'm seeing what is going to be really important to them and what's going to be of lesser importance. Okay. So when, Nancy, are you working with anybody that you're having a struggle with? Or anything like that with recruiting? Anything I can help you with?
There's some background noise. I don't know where, but I didn't hear everything you said.
Okay, let me try this. Let me mute Alexa for a minute. Okay. Do you have anybody that you're working with that you've struggled with an objection or anything that you didn't quite know how to handle? that I can help you with?
Well, I have one host that I'm working with right now who just may not be interested. She's sold other products before, direct sales. She seems to me a go-getter. She's a librarian. From what first impression, I think she'd be great at it. But what her objection is that when she's sold other things, she's gung-ho for like 2 months, and then she doesn't stick with it. And she doesn't want to sign up and not stick with it. So that's a new one. I've not really heard that much.
Okay. Did you ask her what other company sold for?
She mentioned Mary Kay, and besides that, I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, that's a very different company in the sense of you have to buy inventory for a multi-level marketing company. I would find out what other companies it was, because ours you don't buy inventory for. And so her experience may be an inventory-based business that she had to put some money, like LuLaRoe. There's a ton of them out there that are multi-level, where we are direct sales and we're a little different. And what I would say to her is, try the apron on and see, give it 2 months, and how will you ever know if it's the right company or not unless you try? It's just something, that just say, oh, I understand. But we don't mind when people try the apron on and decide after doing their obligation of $12.50 in sales, which is a couple of shows. That's what I tell people they're obligated. Really, it's about 2 to 3 shows depending on your party average. But really, our company average is about $650. So that's about 2 shows. So, and if they're virtual are usually, they can be less. Sometimes they can be more, but they can be less. So how did your, I know for a fact your November came in really well. Were you happy with November?
Yes.
Good.
Very.
Yes. Yeah. How's December?
We had our, not out of the gate as fast as November, but all of us have, or I would say the majority of us have have shows coming up and virtual parties around, probably more virtual than cooking for the majority of my team.
Okay.
So,
good. Good.
But I've got a show Thursday this week and Thursday next week, and a lot of virtual parties rolling.
Awesome. That's awesome. Good job, Nance. Good job. And did you
thanks.
Yes. Are you in the lead program?
I've just been invited, so we'll be starting soon. I haven't put everything on my calendar yet, but I just got the invitation last week, I think, to join that.
And did you respond?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a few of you that are new to it this time, so we'll have to connect you all up. Yes. I think it's great. I think it's great, and what a great time of year to kick off your business with such a strong start with the best host benefits right at the beginning of the trip. Is anybody excited about the trip?
Oh yeah.
Has anybody been to Oahu?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
I have not.
You have not?
Not
Alexis,
me.
How about you? Missy? No? Well, let me tell you, I have. And the Hilton Hawaiian Village is where I always start. I've been, believe it or not, it's almost embarrassing to say. It's my favorite place, Hawaii. I've been there 17 times.
Wow.
I always start at the Hilton Hawaiian Village for the weekend, and then I go to the other islands. So I just want you to know it's a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous hotel, and there's so much to do on that island. It's amazing, and I have been literally all over the world, and if you gave me a choice to go back to Australia, back to Hawaii, back to Europe, Italy is probably the only other one that would come as a close second, but I would always choose Hawaii. It's just so relaxing. The people are so amazing. People are just awesome there. And I have a home in Florida. So I have a home by the water, by beaches, with palm trees. And my sister goes, what's the difference? I said, I cannot tell you. I can't put my finger on it, but it's different. It's just the whole atmosphere there, the trade winds. There's hardly any bugs. It's just amazing. It's just an amazing, amazing place. It's magical. I love it. I'm sorry that I didn't buy a home there when I had the chance back probably about 15 years ago. We were going to buy a home there, and I'm sorry I didn't. So I'm a little biased because it's my favorite place, but I really, really want to encourage all of you just to load your January up so that you can make that reality, that trip a reality. And Scottsdale is phenomenal too. Has anybody been to Scottsdale?
Yes.
Have you? I love Scottsdale. I mean, I have friends that have homes right two blocks from downtown, and it's just a wonderful place just to go walking around downtown. There's music, great food, the atmosphere, again, phenomenal, just phenomenal. So whether you want to do one show a week or 2 shows a week, it's the difference between Scottsdale and Oahu. So highly encourage you all to go for it. I was really excited when I saw it was Hawaii.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what I'd like to do is answer any questions that you all have about either directorship, recruiting, working with the cards, because I mean they want me to have you guys practice the cards. I just kind of think that's redundant, you know. But what are some questions that you might have for me that I can answer for you? Anybody?
I ask that at my meetings too, and I understand the crickets.
Sorry.
Does anybody have?
Okay, how's this sweater? I have shared ideas for booking for my team. This is maybe a little off topic, so you can decline.
That's all right.
But in preparing my recognition for last night, I noticed that even though our overall team sales was the highest that we've had so far with my team, and my sales I'm very pleased with, but when I was looking at the category of top bookings, I kept seeing 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And I thought, okay, I need to offer some fresh ideas for bookings.
Well, two things with that is a lot of people aren't even marking when there's a booking because they know that every host will receive a future party pick. Every show has one available, whether they've put that host in or not.
Okay.
So some people I have seen, they've stopped putting the booking thing in because it doesn't really matter. Okay. But what I have encouraged people in for December is the Sip and Dip show, you know, the wine, cheese, and chocolate, to make just a chocolate fondue with some fruit and pound cake and have some champagne. Okay, that's the Sip and Dip show, to sip champagne and have some chocolate fondue. The other thing I'm really encouraging people to do is the week in between Christmas and New Year's. A lot of people, first of all, have off work. The kids are off school, etc. They're just kind of chilling out, all right, after all the big holidays. Excuse me. I'm encouraging them to have classes. Have a couple classes. One for cooking with kids. Have some fun with kids in the kitchen. Or you can do a healthy eating class and do a cool and serve salad bar. Show them how to have a salad bar in their fridge. Everybody's thinking January 1st, they're going to start their New Year's resolutions. I'm going to lose 10 pounds, whatever. You can show them how to have a salad bar in your fridge or make some healthy substitutions. Like even our dressings are so much less in fat than they We're on our Measure, Mix, and Pour compared to the last Measure, Mix, and Pour. Okay, I don't know if you know that or not, but the calories are a lot less. But just showing people how to do fresh. Something I was discussing with someone today also is teaching people how to truly menu plan, how to bring the things that they cook, bring your recipe box with you, or the things that you like, your family likes to eat. And I'll show you how to make a menu and a shopping list. And, because all these people are using Blue Apron and Fresh and what's the other one? Plated. And it's $10 per person per meal. I mean, that is just so ridiculous an amount to spend on a per serving. You can call Peapod, or I know that a lot of Walmarts, in fact, have the service now where you can call in your shopping list, and you can just pull up, and they load it right in your car. You pay for it and load it right in your car, so you don't have to actually go through the shopping if you don't want to. All right, and it's a matter of being prepared, and if you help them make 2 or 3 grocery lists for 2 or 3 weeks, then they can do the first week and week number 4, and they can just rotate it. So they've got their shopping list all done. They've got their menu all planned. Excuse me. So that's just some of the things that I'm really encouraging people to see how easy it is to make a menu and then put it on a grocery list. It literally takes 15 to 20 minutes total. Okay. What are some of the other things that you guys have heard about? Let me take a minute here and get something to drink. What are some of the other things that you're hearing about for December?
There's still a lot of noise feedback.
Yeah, I've heard that. Okay. Let me try this. Oh, okay. It's on Alexis's. All right. Okay. All right. It might be turn down the volume a little bit on your computer, Alexis. Let's try that. Let's see if that works. Okay. All right. And with virtual shows, I would really encourage people to just go live on your virtual shows. And really, I'm also really encouraging people to go for fundraisers, okay? Now, I know that, talk to your friends and family about if they have any funds to raise over the new year, okay? What's a month that you're interested in? Let me help you raise money. And to donate your pay, you wouldn't have had those sales anyway. I mean, I look at fundraisers as a way to give back and to boost my numbers and my sales. And now with that consistency bonus, you're always going to want to do the $2,000 a month. That's going to give you $24,000 plus another $4,000. You're halfway to one of the trips. So now if you recruit 6 people through the year, that's another 18,000 points. You see how easy it is? I mean, and 2,000 is not a lot to do. That's 3 shows, maybe 4 if you're doing a virtual. So, but I highly recommend going live on your virtual shows. Are you all doing live on your virtual? And are you doing 7-day, 10-day, or 1 night?
I do 7.
You do 7? How about you, Misty, excuse me.
That's all right. I was planning on doing 7.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Have you done them yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Yep, I have 1 this month, but I think we're going to do 7 days.
Okay. Awesome. And Nancy, I know you do virtual. What do you like to do?
Well, I do a non-traditional virtual at the moment where I'm posting the hard way myself manually instead of using a program or a service.
Oh, okay.
So mine are, I don't necessarily recommend it, but I'm getting it done and I'm getting the shows in still. So until I can zero in on one or the other, share or post my party. So I usually set up a Facebook event. The way I've been doing it for a long time is to set up a 2-week time on Facebook because that's the longest you can do it, and that's plenty long for my cooking shows and my catalog shows. And so then I try to post once a day, not always on weekends, but Monday through Friday once a day with and sometimes twice a day, but I want the one time to be something that I've done that's not as polished as the home office
Okay.
videos, and then to supplement it with the really nicer quality stuff that the Pampered Chef provides. So like this morning, my post was skillet lasagna and garlic bread bites that I'd made for dinner the other night. I didn't do it live because I wasn't prepared to videotape myself when I was making it.
Okay.
But I took photos of it when I was done, and then I included some cook's tips, and I shared that on my personal my consultant page, and then I shared it from there to my personal page, but then I shared it to each of my open events, and I've gotten some good feedback from that so far.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah, I really I like the idea of I like the 1 hour, to be honest with you. I think that we can catch people for an hour, and where you go live for about 15 to 20 minutes of that time. Nancy McGuire, Linda McGuire from Virginia Beach has transformed her business with 1 hour shows. And I think I shared that at the beginning of this class. But I also like just not doing more than 3 posts a day. Because I know that on the ones that I've done, I've really surveyed my hosts, and I asked them to be super honest. And I was doing the 5 to 7 posts a day, like most people were, where they batch them 3 at a time. They said it was too much, So I really encourage people, especially if you're just starting, Misty, to use all this knowledge that's out there already. And go from their experience, But I really do like the 1 hour. I think you prepare them for 2 days, saying it's coming, tease them with a couple of little videos, on different products. Here's a taste of what we'll do. And then for you to have 5 or 6 products and go live with those 5 or 6 products, or put something together really quick. I think it's really it's a great way to showcase some high, like I love the popcorn maker and the whipped cream maker and the egg cooker, and some of those smaller items that they're not the big stuff, but they really add up. 3 or 4 of those items add up to $75, and you can have the popcorn popping at the same time you're making whipped cream, you know what I mean? And just have some fun with it and say, oh my gosh, look at what I can do in just a few minutes, But highly recommend that. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I know this is not original by any means, but one of my team members and I are both having a lot of success by posting thank you for your order on whether it's a cooking show or a catalog show, on all those outside orders for the cooking show. And that seems to have generated so much, every time I do it, it's like, if I thank one order, then another one comes in right after. So it really seems to make a difference.
Yeah, that makes all the sense in the world, because then they see other people are ordering. Oh, what did you get? Are they asking any questions like that? What did you order?
Not really, not very much, but it just seems like, maybe not all of them are connected, but it just seems too much of a coincidence that every time that I'm posting, thank you for your order, then more seems to trigger more orders. So
awesome. That's a great tip.
I like it.
Yeah, and it's it's an attitude of gratitude, and isn't that wonderful when we have that? For sure.
And we have, on the marketing imagery, we have Pampered Chef provides so many of those thank you for your orders, but I've created some of my own too with using the products, so that, like Lori Gilbert mentioned on a previous call, I don't know if it was Director Bound or not, but she said that she posts, and I don't remember what her post is, but I use it for the thank yous, so that like I've got the Christmas cookie cutters and the microwave popcorn maker and some other things, so that they're seeing a product behind their thank you too with every post. So it's like Lori says, it's another way to, make a post without making it all about selling.
Right. And you know what? You have the graphic arts background, so you would know how to do that. So you'll have to get on here and teach us someday
Sure, I'd be glad to.
how you put that all together. One of the other things that they wanted us to talk about with the Director Bound program is the new Consultant Strong Start. Have you been through the what's on the website in the past 2 months? Anybody?
I have some with some of my new consultants,
Okay.
but there's a lot there. So I have not absorbed it all yet.
Yeah. Misty or Alexis, have you been on there? And when did you guys start? Let me ask you that. I know Nancy's long term. Alexis, when did you start?
Almost 4 years ago.
How much? How long?
4 years ago.
4 years. Okay. Misty, how about you?
I started in July of this year.
Okay. So then you've experienced the newer, did you go through the PC University? Did you go through a lot of that stuff?
Yeah, I went through a lot of it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, now they're doing these little video clips that when you get started, you get this little video clip from the company that's about 5 to 7 minutes. Have you gone through those? Has anybody gone through those at all? The newest ones since October?
No.
Okay. Well, that's going to be your homework, because over the next month or so, I really want you to go through PC University and see what the new people are like, what happens when you sign up, the videos that they get, and then the emails that they get. And then there's a list of what the company is doing and then what our response should be. Okay. So if you can print that list out, this way you'll be familiar when you do recruit your first people, okay? Because, and once again, that'll give you confidence when you're talking to people as well, because you know what's going to happen with their experience, okay? And so you want to go through that stuff and say, okay, you're going to be getting some emails and you're going to be getting some short video clips from our company, encouraging you in all the right stuff, okay? But if you don't even know that it's there, you're not going to have things to talk about with them, okay? So I really highly recommend that you go through all of that stuff, because it will, and if you haven't been through it, it'll just cement your foundation. It'll really make your foundation strong, your pillars strong about the company that you're representing, the opportunity, and the skill level. It's going to be teaching you some skill level stuff going along. And that's something that you should always be working on. I mean, I've been doing this 31 years and I'm still learning about things. I'm still creating new things and excited to learn new things to keep fresh for my customers, as well as keep fresh for me. Do you ever feel like, oh, it's the same old? Now, you guys are probably too new to do that, but Nancy, have you ever felt that way, where you feel like I got to do something different? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I love the cheesy bruschetta dip. I mean, I felt like that. Oh, a new recipe that I really like, and it was really fun and easy to do, and use some of my favorite products. So to make sure that you're really energized with the recipes that you're doing and the things that that's going to all be confidence builders with your future business with Pampered Chef, So I really want to encourage you to that, like, the first call happens in the first 24 hours that someone signs up, and you're going to want to get to know your new consultant, find out their why, booking 4 to 6 shows in their first 30 days. That is so important. And I use the example with someone is the reason we want you to work twice a week for a few weeks in a row is it's kind of like a song. You learn you hear a song the first time, you think, oh, that's catchy, or I like that beat or the melody. And then the next time you hear it, you're humming along. The next time you got the chorus down. Then the next time you're getting the words. By the time 5th or 6th time you hear it, you're singing the whole song and you're not even thinking about it. It's the same way when you do a show. And we want you to experience the show, experience new things, and also to be trying different things at each of those shows. So here's another way to look at it too, is if you have a show the 1st, the 10th, and the 20th, 2 months in a row, and the one on the 10th reschedules, it's 20 days to in between your shows, between the 1st and the 20th. You're going to talk yourself right out of doing business. You're going to say, oh, this must not be for me. This isn't working, da, 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 da. But in reality, you haven't even tried it long enough to know, okay? So I want to encourage you that working twice a week for your training period, just for your training period, and then you can do it however often you want in the future. But for your training period, we have found that's the best way for you to create a skill level and really feel comfortable with the products and the process of the show. Does that make sense?
How long is the training period?
I say twice a week for 3 weeks in a row.
3 weeks. Okay.
Yeah. And you know what? Every other company out there asks for at least that, or 3 times a week for 2 weeks. Okay. So two times a week for 3 weeks in a row just gets you super familiar with what you're doing. It gets you really confident, and you'll know in the next 2 months if this is something you'll want to pursue and continue because you've had great success. And the other thing that happens when they do 4 to 6 shows, I know for virtual people, they're getting people started with 4 shows immediately. Do you guys know about that? When you have a virtual consultant, they're asking them to find 4 people immediately, and the recruiter is helping them get everything set up for those 4 shows right out the gate. So those people are experiencing success, they're experiencing a paycheck and experiencing sales right away. And so they're feeling really good. And that's what we want. We want people to feel really successful out of the gate. That's why a lot of these fast track people are doing so well. Hi, Melanie, how are you? Excuse me. So those are some really, really important things. It's probably the most important thing that you can help people out of the gate. It's not teaching them about all the products, but it's about getting enough bookings on the calendar, getting them to come with you or go to put them on your virtual shows so they can see what happens, okay, and let them explore. And just by that one-on-one training and just being a buddy, just being a buddy. The company's going to take care of a lot of the mechanics of it, the training, the skill, do this next. We're going to be the buddy that answers questions and that builds that relationship. It's all about relationships. And I can attest to that. So does that make sense? Does that make sense? Okay, good. And I know that, sometimes they've got this call schedule, like 24 hours, 48 hours. You guys, use your gut. You don't want to be the pest. Like my 2 recruits that I had just this week, I don't even know who they are. They just signed up on my website. Okay. I was blessed again. And so, I called both of them and I asked them to please call me back with a time that's good enough so we can get to know each other. And the one gal called me back and she said, I'm at work, I can't really talk, but I didn't want you to think I was ignoring you. Okay. So I says, well, when is a good time? So we set up a time for tomorrow morning at 9:00. And I says, well, just when's a good time for you? Because I want to get them off to a strong start. It's really the best paycheck I can give them is a strong start for their future. Okay. So with it, this is a new year right around the corner. So I want you to think of a fresh, clean slate for you. We found out what the trip was on Monday, just yesterday. It seems like a long time ago. But we found out what the trip is. Do you have a plan for you for next year? And I would say plan for your paycheck first. Okay. What do you want your paycheck to be? And then see how that fits with one of the trips. why wouldn't you go for a trip when you have the opportunity to do that? I said yesterday on with our meeting, I said, if somebody said to you, if you volunteer at the library 2 4-hour times during the week for a year, and during the year you get 6 of your friends to do that at their libraries, at the end of the year I'm going to give you over $12,000 and a trip for 2 to Hawaii. Would you do it? Of course you would, right? Who wouldn't do that? Who wouldn't do that? Well, when you work twice a week with Pampered Chef and ask others to join you and help them work twice a week, once or twice a week, it's amazing what will happen in your business. It's just amazing. They're giving the consistency bonus this year. When you help someone promote to a director, you're going to get 6,000 points. That's like doing 12 $500 shows, you guys. Think about that. That's like doing 12 nights of work, okay? Or 10 $600 shows, okay? I love that. It's like, what? I mean, so why wouldn't we help someone be successful, okay? So if it's to be, it's up to me. That's what you have to have, that kind of mentality, that what do I want, and do I have a plan, and how am I executing my plan? You know, that's the next thing is, all right, I'm saying I want to do 10 shows in January to kick off the new year. It's the best host event, the host benefit of the year. So you're going to want to overbook because there's a lot of sickness that goes around and weather that goes around. Now, with the new virtual show, I want you to say to people, if you're doing a live show, that even if it snows, we're still going to host your show, and do a Zoom call with them. Get everybody on the computer, okay? You still will make a recipe at your house, and you'll do a show for them right on the Zoom that night. So everybody's got that night blocked off. If the weather doesn't cooperate, it's not a problem, all right? So I always let every host know in January, February, and March that if the weather doesn't cooperate, I have a backup plan. And I have the Zoom all set up, just like you would a Facebook event, do a Zoom call, all right? Zoom is free for up to 45 minutes. So you don't have to pay anything for it. It's really easy to sign up, and then you give people your number to dial in. They can either dial in or go on their computer and go in, okay? I prefer Zoom to any other method, and I have posting post calls, what's the other name of this stuff? I've got like 3 different services that I could use. Zoom is the one I always go to. Now, I personally pay $10 a month for Zoom, so I can have it go longer than 45 minutes. I can also have up to 100 people in there. When you don't pay for it, you can have 25 people. All right, it's plenty. You don't need to pay for it. You see what I'm saying? Vic, sometimes I wonder why I pay for it, but there's lots of times where I do have more than 25 people on. So, but that's a tip that I would give all your consultants, Nancy, and for anybody else that says, oh, is this a bad time of year to start because of the weather? Nope, we have a backup plan. It's not a problem at all, okay? But to really make a plan, go ahead.
Go ahead, I can ask you in a minute.
No, that's I was done. Go ahead.
Okay. On the Zoom call, I mean, I think I've signed up. Do people have to sign up to be able to participate in a Zoom call, or do they just need the dial-up number?
They need the dial-up number, and it may say that you need to just download this app onto your computer the first time you use it.
Okay.
But it doesn't cost anything. It doesn't cost anything. And you know what? I've used it with my grandkids. I've used it, to pull my different family members in on the same screen. It's been fun. It's actually more fun than Facebook.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll turn you on to this great service. Jill Lerner was one of the first ones that did a show on Zoom And she said, oh my gosh, why do I even leave my home? I know where everything's at in my kitchen. I have every single product at my disposal. People ask me about different products and I just pull it out and show it to them. She said, it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. Yeah, and she did it because of a weather issue to start with. And rather than just go live on Facebook, she wanted all the people to gather. And that's what's better about it, is you're seeing everybody's faces and they can ask questions and laugh with each other. And, you just have it's energy producing when you have everybody on the screen with you. So does that make sense?
Yeah.
Good. All right. Good. Well, do you guys have any other questions? I think if you go over the show-based coaching calls and the new consultant strong start, I think you'll be really amazed at what's there. Make a plan for yourself with the first 3 months of the year, and really set your goals. If you want to hold 8 shows, whether they be virtual or live, you're going to have to book 10. Just know that. You're going to have to plan for some reschedules and some cancellations. It's part of our business, and you just need to plan for it. Then when that happens, still work that night so you're still making money, okay? And what I always did in my career for my first 6 years, when I had to cancel or reschedule, I always said to my husband, chill a bottle of wine. I'm still going to work tonight. I will see you, put the kids to bed, and I'll see you at 9 o'clock, okay? And if that went well, the evening went well, okay? If they bugged me all night long and I didn't get to do what I needed to do, then it wasn't so good. But most of the time, we just got this little practice thing going that mommy's working tonight, and my goal that night, whenever I had to cancel or reschedule, my goal was to book 3 new cooking shows to replace the one that I lost, okay? That was always a game I played with myself because I didn't want anyone else controlling my future. Does that make sense? Because when someone else cancels a party, then it feels like someone else is controlling your business, doesn't it? So that night, I made sure that I booked, before I ended that night, I made sure I booked 3 new cooking shows so that I felt not only successful, but in charge of my business. And I think that was really important for me because I limited myself to working 2 nights a week, not more than that. So for me to build a big business, I had to really make sure not only that they held, but that I was working with my people so that they were successful as well. And I think you see the benefits. In fact, I was sharing with Marie Friday today. I have 104 recognition cards to fill out. 104. You guys, that's a new record. You guys rocked it this month. I mean, just rocked it. I mean, there was 16 of my personal team that did over 2,500. I mean, it's wonderful. There's usually 6 to 8, so it's double. People are feeling the success of November. And what's amazing is there's no reason that people can't feel the success of November any month of the year. The one thing, because I put a restriction on myself at the beginning of my business to not work more than 2 nights a week, I made sure I was booked 2 nights a week. So my business, if you looked at my first 4 years of personal sales, every single year I did 98 shows the first year, I did 101 shows the second year, I did 96 shows the third year, and 97 shows the fourth year, because it's basically twice a week, all right? And by doing that very consistent behavior is what helped me build a business. And I recruited 11 people in my first 6 months of the business, well, really 5 months of the business, because Excellence ended May 31st. And then the next year, I qualified 20. I qualified 11, then I qualified 20. And you have to know that at that time, the most anyone had qualified in a year was 7. All right, when I started. I started when the company was 6 years old. And so the record was 7. So I did it from January 29th to May 31st, really 4 months, 4 full months. I qualified 11 people. Then I qualified 20 people the next full year. Then I qualified 38 people. And those 3 years, so basically 70 people over 3 years' time, just transformed my business into this what it is today. It was the foundation that built it. Because after that first year, I only promoted 2 directors in my 3rd year of business. But then after that, I was promoting 4 to 6 directors a year for three years in a row. I got promoting directors in the top prize for that. So what ends up happening is you start recruiting and building those people, and then it's like popcorn. People start popping into directors. And because other people are doing it, your team members are feeling like they can do it too. So that's why it's so important for a director to stay super active and to be doing what their people are doing so that they know that they're walking the talk. So I really, I want to recognize Nancy for being on this phone call, because I know she knows what she's doing, and yet she wants to be on here for her people as well. And you're putting in the time, and I really appreciate that, for sure.
My pleasure. Thanks for offering.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Well, if does anybody have any questions or anything that they want to say that they got out of this, or just for me, the next time I run the program, if there's a comment or anything you'd like to make that I can grow from the experience?
I just love your personal stories. I think that just shows it's possible, and your wealth of experience is always valuable. So
well, thanks.
That's a plus for me.
Yeah, I inherited Nancy this year, so it's we're getting to know each other better, and it's been a delightful experience for sure. But thank you. I think that's stories tell the big picture, and I think that's how we relate to people. And if we just relax enough with our consultants, with our people at the shows, if we just have fun with them and let the mood of the people kind of guide things, I just think things go really well. So my voice is almost gone. So I feel like I need to quit while I'm ahead. But I really appreciate you guys coming and doing this at this time of year. I know it's a tough time of year to be involved in a program like this. But practice the things that you've learned, and practice the things that are on the website. There's such a wealth of information on that website. And then also you have PC team training at your disposal. And that's Patty Moserino, Marie Friday, and my website that we have mostly live, either phone calls, videos. There's some handouts and stuff on there too, but it's pcteamtraining.com. And then the password for it is Dream17, capital D in Dream. All right. And there's all kinds of things on there. Here's another thing to boost those sales for you, for the trips. Host a fundraiser. My average fundraiser is $3,000. My goal is to do at least 4 of them next year. It's 12,000 points right off the bat, right there. Okay. And every other dollar you sell during that month, you're going to make more money on at a higher commission level. So, and there's some great stuff on the website for fundraising too. Paula Brockner only went out 10 nights this last month. I'm going to interview her on FaceTime hopefully this next week. She only went out 10 times in November. She sold $21,000 in sales in 10 nights. She did some virtual fundraisers, and she did 10 shows. But 21,000, her highest month ever. And she's been in the business over 20 years. So, and last November was 16,000. That was her highest month. So last November. So she beat it by $5,000, went out 10 times. That's awesome. That is awesome. So you'd be amazed at what you can do. But watch for that Facebook. I'm going to do it on a video, like a Zoom call, so that we can, keep it as a YouTube, because I know it's going to be a wealth of information. I'm going to interview her. We're going to California, actually, with some girlfriends on the 14th. So if we don't get it in before then, I'll make sure that I get her while we're in California, and we'll get all the other executives that are going to be with us on the call too. Does that sound good?
Sounds great.
Okay. Well, listen, everybody have a blessed holiday, a very, very Merry Christmas with family. Stay safe. I hope if anybody's traveling, travel safe. And I'll be going down to Florida 2 days after Christmas, so I'm excited. It was 32 degrees here in Chicago today, and I really was hating every minute of it. And I says I shouldn't be here, but anyway, it's all good. It's all good. Thanks so much, you guys. Thanks for letting me shorten up the program too, and your grace for last week, because it would have been crazy with that 2-year-old here. I had no idea how good that decision was to postpone it. Oh my gosh, she was a terror. She was just a terror. And I just said to Richie, I'm really sorry. I prayed that you'd have one just like you, and I'm sorry. But and I actually was apologizing to my daughter-in-law more than anything. And she goes, well, really at home, she goes, we have things gated off, so it's not as hard. She goes, here, there's just everything is at her disposal. She was flying out the door. She actually figured out how to open my 2 doors and was flying down the sidewalk. And I was like, get back here. I'm running after her. She got one sock on, one sock off. It was hysterical. I said, why didn't I have my cameras going about 10 different times while she was there? She was just, and she's the one I got the cold from. She was sick the whole time. I says, I can't imagine if she was healthy what she would be like. And I just said, okay, I learned a lot this week. I said, I'm never babysitting by myself. But anyway, Juliana, who's my 4.5-year-old granddaughter, she was just so cute. She was going, well, Nana, this is the way we do it. This is what London likes. This is going to go, oh my gosh, you have to be with Nana all the time when it comes to London. So anyway, but be blessed, you guys. Have a wonderful time. You've worked really hard all year. Make a plan for next year. Execute your plan, and all your dreams will come true. I promise. It's really easy if you just do it. It's the old Nike saying, just do it. Make a plan and work your plan. And it doesn't have to be, like I said, 2 nights a week gets you everything you want in this business. 2 nights a week. So Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year. Be great in 18, okay?
Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you.